What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Minnesota Wild franchise mode. Last episode, we started up and we cleaned house, traded away a lot of our veterans for picks, but we were actually having a pretty good season at 82 points, second in our conference. So now it's the trade deadline day, and I was actually looking at some trade blocks to see who we could probably get, and a couple interest me. We'll come over to Calgary. Elias Lindholm on a pretty cheap contract, 4.8 for 6 more years. He's 80 overall, but I'm wondering if I acquire him, he'll jump back up to like a 84, which I think he really is. But then it came over to Avalanche. They have both their 2019 first round picks up, and that can only mean that they're looking to get rid of the Ottawa pick. So this is what I think I'll make a trade for. Can we they like everybody? Can we do like a Spurgeon and a Zucker to just give them 2 great players? Or can we do like Spurgeon and maybe our first round pick? Basically going from one of the top teams to the bottom team, but giving up a good defenseman too. But we're gonna have to take somebody, so I'll take. So basically, say we were in the draft, because Ottawa picks a guaranteed top 5. So just trading away Spurgeon, possibly a late 20s. I'm going to see if they'll accept that. And they do. So now we have Ottawa's first round pick. Like I said, I mean, it was on the trade block, so I went for it. You know, I don't think Colorado would have done that in real life, but it seems like they want to go for a deep cup run, so taking a look at our team now. Defense is getting worse every time, but still have a solid team. Oh no. I think I actually had oh, wait a second. I could actually maybe come over to Calgary real quick. Nah, I don't think we're going to have enough value. Not Kaprizov. Unless we want to trade away one of these 4. I actually offered Donato and Eriksson. I actually offered my pending free agents contracts. So once they accept, we can go through and look at, no. So we traded away Spurgeon and our pick for the Ottawa pick, and like Sven Edgecott, but we look at that, we still have 18 million cap. So we have right now 4 first round picks. We have Ottawa's. Montreal is, I think, 10th to last. Chicago is a little bit ahead of them, and Nashville, I think, is behind us by like 4 points. But we could have just landed the number 1 pick, and where's Ottawa? Ottawa stands 52 points, while the last team in the league is 44, and that's Vancouver. So I think that's the only trade we're going to make. I don't really expect to make much. We'll hang on to Zucker in case we want to move up, because maybe we can move him. So let's sim to the end of the season. We'll probably make the playoffs. So Andrew Hammond, we gave him a contract. So some of the players, we could go through We'll go through I'll show you the contracts. So Fiala, I believe I gave him a 2-year deal worth $4 million because I kind of bridged him because I want to see what he could get up to. Eriksson, I think I extended him to a 1 year worth 2.8. Donato, I think I gave like a 3-year, 3.6. Simmons, I think I gave 4 years, and he was asking for $4 million, so I just gave it to him. O'Reilly's just two depth guys for the AHL. This guy was actually a medium top 4 prospect. I gave him a 2-year deal for 1.9. He could probably play next year. And Michael Lindquist is a guy I just offered in the free agency. Actually, he was on the Rangers, but he said we have a full roster, so I don't even care. We really don't need him. I was just gonna stick him in the AHL. See how we finish off the year. Still a good season, which is fine because we trade away our pick. But I would say, like Spurgeon, and then an extra, and you still get a first rounder for that Ottawa pick. I guess it's I don't think they would have done it, but since it was on the trade block, I think it was fair. Plus, I gave them an extra defenseman, and they probably could have used Zucker more. It probably would have made a little more sense if I gave them Zucker and Spurgeon, but we'll leave it at that. And we have a 100-point season. Jeez. And I traded away like everybody. Not everybody, but the only guy I didn't trade away was Zucker, basically. So we'll take a look at our season. We had 104 points. Predators had 89. They made the playoffs. Senators finished 65 points, which is definitely one of the worst. Who else do we have? Blackhawks. They make the playoffs? Oh, the Blackhawks, they make the playoffs at 92 points. So we have Blackhawks, Ottawa. Who else do we have? Nashville made the playoffs. I think that was it. Those 4, right? Yeah. So let's take a look at our team. Take a look at the players like Suter, all of them. So Zucker led the way with 66 points. Had a really decent year. Dumbo at 55. Not bad for a defenseman. Simmons with 45. Almost 20 goals. Donato with 40. Basically, same thing with Fiala. Didn't really wonder if they went up. Donato did. He's improving. I think he started at 79. So now he's going to get 2. Victor Rask probably get traded sooner than later. This guy Pontus Aberg, medium top. I signed him I think 3 years for $900K, and he's a great 4th line player. Luke Cunnin, 80 overall. He grew a little bit. It's a 29-point season. Kaprizov at 27 points, 52 games. Decent year, I guess. Grew 2 overalls. He's up to 90 speed. That should be good. Jordan grew at 7 goals, 20 assists. I think he was a 77, so it's good to see him grow for one of our power forwards. Andrighetto, I don't know how much he had with us. Eriksson Ek, 12 goals, 11 assists. That's why I wasn't so sure what to give him. Juleson with 16 points. New Navarro with 15. Jack Rosovich with 14. I'm not so sure how much he had with us. And that's really it. We'll take a look at the goalies. 45 wins. Jesus. Dubnyk balled out. I wonder if he'll win the Vezina. Let's take a look at the Blue Jackets, who have Parise. Parise, who had 31 goals, 58 points. Damn. I think he was on a line with Duchesne and Dzingel, so that line looked like it did work. Blackhawks with Mikko Koivu. He had 57 points, 23 goals, 34 assists. I think he was on line with the Bridkin and Kane, so... Because I looked at the lines before. Colorado. Let's just see what Spurgeon finished with. Finished with 7 goals, 29 assists. Don't know how much he had with them. And then... who else do we make a trade with? Montreal. We'll see what... oh, Montreal and Nashville. So, Wayne Simmons had 45 points, 19 goals. Eric Stahl had 36 points, 15 goals. So, I would say we definitely won that trade, even though... and we also got a first-round pick for it. And now, I want to look at the Canadians. And... Ryan Suter finished with 4 goals, 18 assists for 22 points. Doesn't look like such a good year, but I think we traded him probably at the perfect time. Plus now he's 34. And let's see if did Montreal make the playoffs? Oh, we have their pick too. Did that trade turn things around? Ooh, they just missed the playoffs, I believe. At least it seems like it, so. Well, we're in the playoffs. I'm just going to run through the playoffs. I'm not going to simulate. So we play the Blackhawks first. I'm just going to simulate like this. I'm not going to just go by period because I just want to get this playoffs over with. So against I would actually wouldn't mind losing. Actually, no, I wouldn't mind winning because we don't have our pick anymore. So being the Blackhawks, and we're up 2-0 off 2 4-2 victories because we had the Blackhawks pick. So earlier they get out, the better. We lose game 3, game 4. Can we take a 3-1 lead? We don't. This is a really weird. Winning team scored 4 goals, so it's tied 2-2. We get smacked. And game 6, Chicago. Ooh, we win 1-0. Game 7, can we defeat Chicago? And we do, and we're moving on to the second round. So that was actually, it's fine because we don't have our pick anymore. So getting rid of Chicago. But now we're playing against St. Louis. I think they were number 1 the whole NHL. So this will be a real test as we drop both games at home. Away. Going back to mini. Get the big win. Mini game 4. Win again. That's a big one. Oh, man. St. Louis. And now game 6, avoid elimination. And we do. Going back to St. Louis for game 7. Do we go to the Western Conference Finals? No, we get beat 7-3. They're pretty interesting. I like to see who our top scorers were. Jason Zucker really led the way. And wow, Dallas, St. Louis. Oh no, I thought they were the conference finals? No. And Pittsburgh, Boston. Wow, it's weird how Boston and St. Louis because they're in the cup now. Oh, I can't see the points for playoffs. I thought I could. Okay, well, whatever. Just wanted to get that over with because I'm kind of trying to go through the draft in the off season. So let's just sim to the draft. Let's see what picks we have. We might even have the number 1 pick. But do we want to get Jack Hughes? I definitely could use him, but I had him in the Rangers franchise. Do we want to go Capo Caco? Because we could use a right wing, but I also want to try to get Vasily Podkolzin later in the draft. So we could, because he's I think projected around 20th. Wow, Dallas won the Stanley Cup. That's crazy. And of course we have all the salary. We have 20 million in salary, so we can make maybe 2. We could sign Panarin and Carlson if they were available, but. Oh, man. And the Rangers the 2nd. So, after trading Jared Spurgeon and probably the 23rd pick for the number 1 pick. So, like I said, I don't think Colorado would have done that. But, hey, it was on the trade block, and I took advantage of it. So, we have the number 1 pick. Like I said, do we want Jack Hughes? We had Jack Hughes, but we signed him. Do we want to... I don't know. I don't know what to do here. Here's Mikhail Khudobin, 2-way forward. No, I don't want a 2-way forward. Kako. I don't know. Do we take Hughes? I kind of want to just end the video here so I can get some advice from you guys. But I want to see what other picks we have. I wish I could see. Oh no, we could go to the trade. Okay, yeah. Sure. Oh, not the trading block. Shit. Unless we could actually edit the trading block and we could kind of see. Yeah. Okay. So let's just see what we got. So we have the number 1. The 14th, 16th, and 18th. So those are pretty good choices. So we could, of course, land Hughes. We can maybe move up with one of these and take a Zegras or maybe Bowen Bryam, and then we can maybe take, say, Lavoie. What's his name? Raphael Lavoie or Lavoie? Yeah, I forgot. I don't know what it is. From Halifax, and then maybe take Podkolzin. Have a sick draft. I feel like I want to get some advice, so I'm just going to end the video here. And I actually haven't. No, never mind. So I'm going to end the video here because I want to get some advice. Do we take Hughes? Because there will be our stud center. Or do we maybe trade down and take Kakko? We could probably trade up and get both of them, but I'm not going to do that. Like, we could probably trade, like, the 14th and 13th or something like that, or 12th, 14th, whatever it was. I think I'm going to want to trade up maybe our second best pick and move up back into the top 10 and maybe get, like, a Boldy or a Zegras, maybe, you know, reunite them, or Bowen Bryant. But definitely want to keep maybe the 18th because I believe, because what is Podkolzin projected? Because if we go into, like, because Zegras is 10th, Bryant, oh, that's 9th, my bad. At least, because most of these ranks are, like, what they go by. So Bryant is 10th, so we can get Bowen Bryant. Broberg is 11th, we could get him, he's medium elite. Caulfield is medium top 6, yes, but he is a hell of a, wow, his comparison's Mark Naslin. Vukojevic, I just want to see, so Lavoie, I always call him Lavoie for some reason. We could trade, we could stand put and get him. We could get Soderstrom 2, Cam York 2, but Podkolzin, damn, he's projected to go 29th. So we could probably trade down and get him. For some reason he's dropping, but I think it's just because I made him low elite. And is he really? Did I make him 6'2"? I think sometimes they grow. I made him 6'1", I believe. I think that's what he is. But I want to get Podkolzin just because I want to see what he'll turn into. But I'm actually going to end the video here. We'll do the draft in episode 3. Please comment and help me out. What should we do with the number 1 pick? I feel like I have an idea what I want to do with the other picks. But what do we do with the number 1 pick? Do we take Hughes? Do we trade down and get Kakko? What should we do? Because, you know, I play with Hughes in my Rangers series. I wouldn't mind playing with him again. It would be fun. But do we want to go Kakko? So, leave a comment, please, whoever's watching. And I'll see you in the next one, which is the draft, and I'll go by. If I get any advice, I'll give it a day or two, and if I see some, then I'll kind of go against my own judgment, and I'll make a decision. So, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.